Go to
matter
college.
too much. What's that?
Go to college.
Go to college. I'm on the fence with that too. I went to college, have a degree in something that nobody cares about and I've never used. The first 2 years, I basically just regurgitated everything I did in high school. So I'm on the fence of whether or not, especially for me, what I do, maybe it helped me, maybe it hasn't. I don't know. I look at the one thing I say is that I got a job with Enterprise Rent-A-Car right after college, and I couldn't have worked there without a college degree. And I think that was a good sales boot camp for me and taught me a lot. So I always say that if it did help me with anything, helped me get a job making $10.55 an hour as a college graduate. But it did help to launch me into sales. But I want to go back to a little bit. You started working when you're 13. I started working when I was 14. So there's some parallels there.
Why so late?
I know. You're right. I know. I was sitting on my ass playing video games at 13. But who kind of showed you that type of work ethic, or was that just something you were born with? But I think that, it's something that's missing with the youth a little bit today is that stubbornness to get out early and get in the workforce and get some experience. Because you have a lot of kids that go through high school, that go through college, they launch out into the career at 23, 22 with no work experience and no work ethic. I think there's a lot to be said for people who start early on with developing those skills. So was there anybody in your life that kind of just spurred you to develop that, or is that just something you innately had?
I have to say it was innate. I didn't have any that type of leadership or guidance at home. I give you two pieces that I can guess might be contributing. One, I don't remember him, but my grandmother used to say to me that my grandfather, I was like exactly like him. I was 5 when he died, but he was an entrepreneur, hard driving from Long Island, New York, started many businesses and was very successful. And apparently I look like him. Apparently she used to tell me that I act like him and I work like him. And so it could be that could be, but it wasn't because I was around him. I was 5 when he died. My father, who I said died when I was 12, I can tell you that he worked he would get up in the morning, leave to go work. We lived in New Jersey, so there was a city called Patterson. He would work in a textile factory. He would leave our house around 5:30 or 6 in the morning to go to do that. Come home around 3. I remember he would shave, put on a jacket, and then go work from 4 to 11 o'clock selling houses, doing real estate. 7 days a week, the real estate, 5 days a week in the factory. I don't know that I can say that put something in my head, but I certainly grew up around that until he died when I was 12. And then he quit the one job and went into real estate full time. Now that I think about it, I kind of mirrored the same pattern. And it never occurred to me until I just said it. And he would work in real estate full time. He would still, 7, 8 in the morning, get ready to go because it was more of a professional service. And he'd still come home at 10 o'clock at night, work every weekend. And when he was home, he was really in it. And frankly, if you ask my wife about what it was like to live with me up until about a year ago, when I kind of started backing it down, that's how I've been. That's how I've always been. I was always work, go, go, go. The last thing I'll tell you is when I was, in the garden apartments where I grew up, I don't know why, but every time it snowed, I was out there. I could be 8, 9 years old. I know they weren't supposed to give me a job, but I'd be shoveling snow with the 10, 12 guys that were all part of this crew that would shovel snow in this entire garden apartment complex. I'd be out there for 12 hours, probably for $4 an hour. I don't know why. It is wired in me. And any opportunity I ever had to make a dime, I jumped on it, and I never cared what it was. I would never say no to anybody for anything legally, making money. And that was even while my father was alive, because at that time I was 9, 10, 11 years old. I would still shovel snow all day. I would go around with an ice picker and chop ice in people's driveways and the houses that were outside my development. $25 to chop ice for half a day in somebody's driveway. I don't know why I did it. I used to blow up balloons and put them in a string around them and go knock on the doors in the apartments and sell a balloon for 5 cents. I just made it up.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
Now it would be insane to do that because people are, you don't walk into aside from COVID, you don't knock on a door.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's just what I did. And it never stopped. It really never stopped.
Well, I just like the principle, though, that once you develop that type of work ethic at such a young age, how well it serves you throughout your life. And there's not a lot of people that talk about that. So